Hey, and welcome to a video I kind of hoped I'd never have to make. And technically this is supposed to be a follow-up to a video I shot about 6 months ago. But seeing as how I still don't have, the software needed to make or upload videos, convert them and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of decided to nix the one from previously that I shot and just start here and kind of do a little story time and tell you about how we got to where we are now. So I'll give you a little history here. The company that I work for has been around for a long time. The owners started off back with air miles and the start of air miles, essentially. And then they went off on their own and formed the company that I now currently work for. And that was around for quite a while, and eventually, many decades ago now, I joined the company and have been there ever since. But one of the problems with any small company, right, is you are at the mercy of the owners. And for a good portion of the time while I have been working at this company, they were actively finding new clients. In fact, at one point for, I don't know, a few years at least, they hired somebody on to do acquisitions, to do client acquisitions and find new clients and such like that. But eventually, as we lost clients, as they, decided to save money in their marketing departments and such, to help their bottom line and make it look good for shareholders, essentially. Did it help their companies in the long run? I don't know. But I will say, for the most part, that whenever a company stops dealing with us and either goes to a competitor or just decides not to go in the same, route anymore, that though the company as a whole may not regret it, there are definitely some regrets, either from the people we dealt with directly or with the company they hire on to replace us. There's always things. People, I guess part of the problem is the company that I worked with, we did what we did so well that most people we dealt with figured either they could do it themselves or anybody else could do it. Which is possible. Don't get me wrong, it is possible. You could do what we do yourself, but it's like anything, right? You could do your take your marketing advertising type stuff. You could shoot your own commercials. You could design your own logos. You could do all your own printing and stuff like that. But will it ever be up to the same level as, say, a company that only does that? Probably not. Right? And one of the problems is over the years we've been, losing some of our larger clients. And we've gained a few medium and a few small ones. And, they've come and gone in different projects and stuff. But we've always had one big client, essentially our main client. And a couple years ago, was it a couple? I don't, time is just so right now. There was a big switch up. A lot of the, as you call them, old guard were out. Either they retired, were bought out, fired, whatever, not promoted and left, or maybe they just left because of the changes. But a lot of the people who were there prior, when we, you know, for the many years we've dealt with this company, they were gone, and new people were brought in. And as you probably know, whenever you bring in new people to a large company, they all have to put their stamp on things, right? So we saw some, you know, some things were happening, some things were going down, and we kind of felt we may not be around for much longer. Because the people who really had our, you know, back were, you know, 90% gone. Hold on, buddy. I'll be up in a second. And so about a year ago now, essentially, now it's like March 2023, though we still were working with said company, the owners of the company I work for decided, you know what, we're gonna get the jump on things. We have a feeling that, well, they may not want us around for much longer. And so they essentially laid everyone off. They put us all, well, they asked us, you know, essentially to sign a 1-year contract. And so, you know, that's where the 6 months ago video was essentially letting you know that, you know, in 6 months I may not have a job. Well, the good news in this video is those 6 months have come around, and we're still working with said company, so they have given us another year contract. What do you need, buddy?
Could you try, like, turn that on thing? Because when I press the OK button, it turns off.
Okay, well, I'll take a look at it, okay, buddy?
Okay.
And so, well, maybe, Mommy, did you not plug it in last night? Maybe it has no power.
Can I have your phone to watch?
No. I'll plug this in. It doesn't take long to charge, buddy. So yeah. So good news is I have at least a job for another year. Bad news is that, yeah, it's out of power, buddy. Is that after a year, I could be out of work. And with Leslie having been off for, I'll say almost 3 years, you know, got pregnant with James, and then COVID came around. And then, yeah, COVID came around, and she couldn't find work. And so I'm a little scared because I depleted pretty much 99% of my savings that I had saved up for exactly this situation, where I would have 1 to 2 years worth of salary, you know, in my accounts that I could live off of. Well, yeah, that's gone. So, yeah. It's a little scary. It is a little scary that in a year I may not have a job. And the last time I didn't have a job was after I graduated university, And, you know, I was looking for work. And luckily my parents allowed me to live with them until, you know, I found work, and was working. And, you know, eventually I used the money that I made from that to buy a car, and saved up enough money from that to essentially buy my condo, or get ready to buy my condo, or stuff like that. And when you know it, that was right after my father passed away. He, as my mom said it, well, at the time she said, he felt that me and my sister were ready and we didn't need him to be here anymore. And so, I mean, that's not the reason. He had a heart attack, but still. This is not only scary because my dad at one point lost his job, and the difference is he thought he looked at it as maybe like an early retirement because he had a lot of money and savings and such built up over the years. And so he spent a few years enjoying himself, doing what he loved, and then realized he couldn't keep that up because he had a family, so he had to go find work, and he had a hard time of it. And he was coming from a place of management, so he had a lot of you know, business accoutrement, right? And I'm looking at it that I'm finding myself in the same boat as him. And as I think about it, it's similar age, maybe even. Difference being is he had a lot of money saved up and I don't. So yeah, I've looked at things of, you know, started what can I do to cut back and all this kind of stuff, and I've started looking at different things, bank accounts, you know, like how much does this cost and how much does this, is there a cheaper method, and getting to, you know, the cheaper things along the way. You know, I had Horror Pack as a subscription service, and I have canceled that. So yeah. You will see still some horror packs to come. And I haven't shot the last video yet, even though I have it. The last one. Haven't shot it just yet, but will shoot it. Oh, it's actually sitting down here at my feet as we speak to open. Don't know what's in it. But yeah, I've been thinking, how can I make money? Can I make money off of this YouTube thing? I mean, I make content. I make a lot of content. I make more content than a lot of people who do make money off of this thing. But I mean, obviously the kind of content that I make it's not flashy. It's me in front of a camera with some movies behind me. Maybe nothing behind. Maybe it's construction behind me, like you've seen. You like we don't get this background very often, right? This is essentially Leslie's. Well, this stuff up here is mine. It's kind of like the to open, to watch, to get to type piles. And I say the to get to piles. This is not I got a whole entire room of to get to. But yeah, I mean, I got Donnie Darko here and stuff that I still have to open and such. So yeah, and some of these I have started on. Like I said, I think there's even I don't know. I think there may be a to catalog pile. I don't know. It's been so long since I've actually gone through these. Been so busy. But I thought I'd give a different video here. But yeah, it doesn't seem like I get enough people to watch to I don't have enough subscribers actually to monetize my YouTube channel yet. So there's that. But even if I did, I mean, there isn't enough people there to make any money, if even enough, to, you know, get by on it. So I thought maybe doing Patreon, but even then, you kind of need at least a decent amount of subscribers to get that going in order to make some money. Then I thought, well, maybe donations through the things, and I was like, but again, you fall under the, I mean, the Patreon would be better off, because even if I got, you know, 10 of y'all, that would help. But then donations, I mean, doing live streams with donations and stuff like that, maybe, I don't know, maybe I will do some of those. I don't know. Go to that model and at least get something coming in. I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah, it's not looking good. If you have any ideas, I mean, comment down below I mean, I'm not looking for get-rich-quick schemes, obviously, but if there's things that you feel I can do to hopefully, you know, stay afloat for a little while, I would appreciate it. But, yeah. I don't know. Hopefully I can get, you know, a bunch of years still to come at this work. Maybe they never get rid of us and I keep getting year-long contracts. I don't know. Fingers crossed, I guess. But, yeah. In the meantime, I've got plenty of content already shot and lots more content to be able to make. Lots of unboxings. I mean, I got thousands and thousands of movies to unbox and still watch. I can still do 31 Days of Horror. Not a problem there. At least, well, not for a long time.
Could you already charge it?
And yeah, so at least I can keep doing that as long as I can still pay for internet. But yeah, I'm afraid to, you know, losing this house, losing everything. Honestly, that is a scary thought. So yeah, I don't know. But I do love to hear from you. Whether it be words of encouragement or, "Ha, you suck," comments, you know what? It's all good to me. That's the way the internet and YouTube works, right? So, yeah, love to hear from you. Until next video, you know, next update, next whatever. Who the heck knows? Take care. Have a good one.
I'm bored.